for this one using the 10-point must system. So there's a man who is a strong contender for a place at the podium and indeed gold, the reigning Cuban youth national champion from 2019, Dany LAFOS Paul. Plenty of other tournament successes under his belt as well, as there is on the mantelpiece of this man, Marco Verde. This battle of 19-year-olds will be presided over by the referee from Moldova.
Round one.
So we're underway then. We remain in the 69kg welterweight division for the final bout of the opening day of competition. Here in Kielce 2021 at the Hala Legionov. It's between boxers from Cuba and Mexico. The boxer wearing red is Dany LAFOS Paul, 19 years of age, from Santiago de Cuba. And his opponent, the bustling southpaw wearing blue, is Marco Verde of Mexico. From Sinaloa in Mexico. Comes in with plenty of national success under his belt in youth and junior Olympiads and Olympic festivals in his homeland of Mexico. Dany LAFOS Paul, as mentioned, 2019 National Championship gold medalist. Verde not too far away with that southpaw left, but it was blocked. Goes in search of his man with a southpaw right, and his southpaw left is an effective shot on that occasion. Very quick indeed out of that port-sided stance, and it found the point of LAFOS Paul's chin. Right hand from around the belt line was effective, as was that rather languid, long looping left hook from the man in red. Then a southpaw right, an orthodox right hand is an effective shot. Beautiful boxing from LAFOS Paul, dipping to make the man miss, pivoting back on the front foot and scoring with the right hand, just as he did on that occasion. But Verde having success with his own singles, got through with a southpaw jab just a few moments ago. Southpaw left is an effective shot from the man in blue. LAFOS Paul tucking up. Right hand came looping over the top and crashed around the side of his head guard. Action near the neutral corner, just above our commentary position. Right hand is an effective shot from LAFOS Paul before the boxers fall into a clinch. Referee allowing him to work away. Nice left hook landed before dipping at the knees from LAFOS Paul, but he's spoken to about keeping his head up. Remember, the head must not dip beneath the belt line as he scores with a spearing right hand once again, then brings the uppercut into play. Nice layback employed by the man in red. Final half minute of the opening round. So LAFOS Paul onto the front foot, looking to walk down his man now, backed up by a southpaw left from Verde. Reaching with the right hand out of that orthodox stance, but landing with it, LAFOS Paul, but a left hand comes crashing around the corner again from Verde in really aggressive fashion. Beautiful right hand on the belt, picked perfectly, catching the advancing man in blue. Very good opening round of boxing in this final bout of the first day of action here, the Hala Legionov. Well, there's evidence of the southpaw success Verde was able to enjoy. It's a really quick backhand shot he possesses. Dips, crouches, and loops it either straight through the middle or around the corner as he did there. But make no mistake, LAFOS Paul produced some exquisite punch picking as well. There's evidence of that same shot from a different angle. So we're seeing a lot of the success for Verde here. There was a nice right hand turned underneath by LAFOS Paul.
Round 2.
So into the second round then. As well as that national championship success, Dany LAFOS Paul won the Revolution Cup as he scores with a spearing left hand. And again, he's so committed to his attacks, his VERDE, that if a shot lands, it has a really disruptive effect, completely stopping him in his tracks. And he has to reset and come again. Nice use of the feet to change the angles from VERDE. And then a nice right jab, and the same shot once again. Catching LAFOS Paul, he responds with a rapier, quick right hand lead of his own. Then he gets to work with his own lead left hand. Boxers of similar statures. Of course, they're both at 69 kilograms, but you can get such a variety of statures and physiques within each weight division. These guys, very similar indeed, but completely different approaches to their work. Southpaw left is a nice shot from VERDE once again. Counter right hand from LAFOS Paul did get through on the second occasion. So LAFOS Paul adopting a wide-legged stance now, flat-footed, just skimming around the perimeter of the ring. Looking to counter using his reflexes. Felt his back touch the ropes, leaned back over the top strand, came back with a right hand. And then made VERDE miss, the left hand shooting over his shoulder while he comes back with a right hand once again. Single shot successes in repeated fashion for LAFOS Paul. He's making the southpaw left, which was effective in the opening round. Increasingly now, it's as though he's got the timing of it and it's going over his shoulder through this portion of the second round. Uppercut attempted to the body was blocked by VERDE. He gets back on the front foot, but he's fed a left jab as he goes in, and another one. He's looking for that sneaky, rapier, quick left hand once again. But a rapid-fire shot was off the mark. So good work in the pocket once more from the man in red. Seen him bend at the knees, dip at the knees and bend at the waist, and he just employed a step back, and there's another point-scoring right cross once again. Then a right-left combination. VERDE comes forward, got through with a good left hand during that cluster. And again, you see when VERDE triggers his attack just as he's looking to commit with a shot from either flank, as we see another beautiful defensive maneuver from LAFOS Paul while he's continuing to dart out the left jab. Those shots, those single shots, have such a disruptive effect because invariably they're making VERDE fall short. Just catching the man as he's coming in, measuring him magnificently during the course of that second round. A very good round indeed. After a strong start from VERDE to round two, it was LAFOS Paul who just got the measure of his man and increased his dominance, asserting his control as that round progressed. VERDE, though, still bustling forwards, looking for his own successes, but he was being timed impeccably by LAFOS Paul the majority of round number two.
Seconds out, please. Third round.
So with 36 boxers contesting this most populous weight division here at Kielce 2021, as LAFOS Paul lands with another right hand once again, and no seeding because, as mentioned previously, LAFOS Paul, as he tucks up tightly and then emerges from that cluster which bounced off his gloves and forearms with a right hand success. LAFOS Paul, everybody knows about him on the international scene in youth level boxing, but no seeding in effect. What I was going to suggest, if that seeding was in effect at the youth level, well, he would probably not be boxing in the round of 64, which is where we find ourselves, as VERDE lands a cracking left hand over the top. Shots exchange, right hand success from LAFOS Paul. It was first and third boxing from him. VERDE, double left hand success as he goes after his man once again. He's perhaps aware that he's trailing in this contest. Again, we're not able to bring you the scores at the ends of round 1 and 2, as is customary in AIBA boxing. But boxers often have a sense more than anybody as to whether a contest is going in their direction. But there's repeated left hand success once more. Good single left hand landed behind a right jab by VERDE. LAFOS Paul looking to peck and poke now. And again, catching the man in blue as he's coming in. Midpoint of the third and final round. Beautiful right hand bolo shot to the body, followed by a right hand to the head, and then another right hand to the head from LAFOS Paul, which was countered by a left upstairs. But then the final right hand landed, straight right hand, spoken to by the Moldovan referee, was LAFOS Paul about it being low. Of course, Kid Gavilan, the brilliant boxer he was from the fantastic fighting island of Cuba, famous for the bolo shot. LAFOS Paul demonstrating it here in the third and final round. Beautiful right hand once again, followed by a left hand underneath from LAFOS Paul. VERDE continuing to compete, looking for his own successes, but the greater volume of success, as neither boxer heeding the command of stop and break. Keen to continue the action, remaining locked in. Oh, beautiful crashing left hand from VERDE. Jolts the head back of LAFOS Paul. There was an exchange of shots, but the heavier shot most certainly came from the man in blue. But LAFOS Paul not losing his concentration, wide-eyed and alert as he remains in the pocket. Hands down by his belt line, but another thunderous left hand brings about a standing count. LAFOS Paul, inconvenienced by that, he's saying that he's not shaken up. And just that glance to the corner of VERDE, or the corner where VERDE was instructed to go, he was keen to get back into the fray, but the boxer who has scored the standing count or the knockdown must retreat to a neutral corner. And the left hand, which served VERDE so well in the opening round, was nullified to a large extent in round number 2, but Dany produced it beautifully in round number 3, so much so that it crashed home on the unguarded chin of LAFOS Paul, and it brought about a standing count. But again, we have to reiterate, a knockdown or a standing count won't necessarily result in a 10-8 round, as is the custom in professional boxing. How will the 5 scoring judges see this one?
Winner of bout number 11 by split decision is red corner.
And it's LAFOS Paul, a split decision victor over Marco VERDE of Mexico. Those two men combining to produce a fantastic contest. And look at that, 29-28 for all 5 scoring judges, 3 of them, crucially, favoring LAFOS Paul. Crucial that is from LAFOS Paul and the Cuban delegation's point of view, but VERDE was in that contest every step of the way, and he prevailed 10-9 in that